Good food storage containers are like gold. And in a boat galley, it's even more crucial that containers not only keep food fresh, but that they stack efficiently to waste as little space as possible. Hi there, I'm Carolyn Sherlock, and on this episode of the Boat Galley podcast, I'll share some thoughts not just for myself, but other cruisers as well. First, though, let's talk a little bit about teak. Are you looking to refinish your boat's teak with a minimum of mess and fuss? Look no further. Teak Guard's non-toxic water-based formulas for cleaning and finishing will turn your teak from dingy to sparkling in no time. I used it. I loved it. Use coupon code BG20 for 15% off your order of $50 or more. Visit allguardproducts.com and admire your teak with a lot less maintenance. Said one favored user, "You're right. The best product for teak on the market." I have to agree. I mean, the reason that they became a sponsor was because I loved their product so much and talked to them. Okay, let's talk about food storage containers. One of the things that I always get emails about are what are the best food storage containers to use when you're on a boat. And it's also a topic that I end up getting quite a few tips from other readers. One of the first people that I ever talked about this with was Jean, who went to El Salvador with us and now is the organizer of the Cruisers Rally to El Salvador. She and her husband basically said, we got sick and tired of trying to store all sorts of different sizes and shapes of storage containers. We went out and we bought one brand, one size. Now we don't have any problems with having the right tops with the right bottoms, and storage is just so much easier because everything stacks together. Now, I don't go quite that far. I go with one brand and ones that will all stack together, but some of them are taller than another. But being able to just interchange the tops is huge in my estimation. Another one that several people have recommended to me now by the Tupperware Modular Mates, they seem to really do well at all of the tops interchanging, and they are different sizes. I haven't used them. I prefer to use like the Lock and Lock or the Sterilite containers that have both a gasket and locking lids on them. A couple of reasons that I like that better. First of all, it keeps moisture, humidity, and bugs out better. But also, if I drop one on the floor or anything, I have never had one pop open unexpectedly, and I certainly have when they don't have the locking lids. We've got a bunch of links to ones that we do like in the show notes. Now, the one thing to know is that good plastic food storage containers are not cheap. I know that I initially balked at the price of good storage containers and bought a big box of the cheap stuff, which I ended up getting rid of fairly quickly because they broke, they didn't keep bugs out, things like that. And then I bought the good stuff as I could find it. Being out cruising at that point, it was much harder to find. And it cost me more buying it out there rather than if I'd bought it in the first place. And definitely I wasted the price of that first set. I ended up with a hodgepodge of different sizes and brands that I was able to pick up along the way. With our second boat, Barefoot Gal, I started out right from scratch with one brand and ones that would all stack together. And although it was sort of a frightening amount of money I spent all at once, in the long run, I was so much happier. And I think I spent a lot less in the long run also. Again, look in the show notes for the links to some of the ones that I like. And hopefully you'll find some that work well for your sizes of places. That's it for this episode of the Boat Galley podcast. We do try to make your boat life better in all sorts of different ways here. Please tell your friends about us, and if you could, leave a review. Hopefully it's 5-star. Thanks. Until next week, then.